everybody, this is Sam from Sam's Organics, and I'm currently sitting in my garden bringing you the first video of the Winter Wellness series. Today's video we are going to discuss what it means to be vegan, where vegans get their proteins, where I'm at in my journey, and some common supplements you might consider if you're thinking about trying out this lifestyle. So let's get started. What does it mean to be a vegan? A vegan is someone who does not consume any animal products. Animal products are in many things, including meat, dairy, eggs, cheese, ice cream, creams, yogurts, bee products like honey and pollen, fish, and white sugar, because white sugar is commonly dyed with the char of animal bones. So what do vegans eat instead? Vegans instead consume more nuts, fruits, whole foods, plants, extracts, spices, and vegetables. The most common question people ask when you're a vegan is how do you get your protein if you're not consuming any animal products? Common vegan proteins include, but are not limited to, tempeh, tofu, beans, lentils, nutritional yeast, hemp seed, green peas, seitan, spelt, ancient grains like barley and sorghum and farro, spirulina, amaranth, and quinoa, Ezekiel bread and breads made from sprouted grains, soy milk, oats and oatmeal, wild rice, chia seeds, nuts, nut butters, and other seeds. And all fruits and vegetables contain a certain amount of protein. The vegetables that contain the highest amount of protein are broccoli, spinach, asparagus, artichokes, potatoes and sweet potatoes, and Brussels sprouts, all coming in with 4 to 5 grams of protein per cooked cup. The highest fruits that contain levels of protein are guava, cherimoyas, mulberries, blackberries, nectarines, and bananas, which all contain 2 to 4 grams of protein. So it's really important as a vegan that you're just conscious of your protein intake so that you don't have muscle wasting and you can contain your normal weight. So I think it would be helpful for me to now talk to you guys about where I'm at in my journey so that you can understand that this is a long process and not something that I recommend you transitioning yourself on overnight. Growing up, my mom always definitely was health conscious. She made sure I had my fruits and vegetables. She didn't buy a lot of processed foods or things that contained a lot of sugar, but I definitely by no means was vegan. It wasn't until I was in college running for the University of Rhode Island when one of my teammates, Stephanie Roosh, who was studying dietitian, and I was in line at Dunkin' Donuts getting a donut before one of our meets, and she said to me, "Why are you eating a donut before a track meet?" And I said, "Well, I'm just hungry and I need a snack." It was in that moment that she said to me, "Sam, donuts are not food or fuel for your body." So I never thought of donuts as not being an actual nutritionally dense food. So after she kind of said this to me, she gifted me this book by Michael Pollan, and it's called Food Rules. This is a 30-minute to a 1-hour read. So I really recommend if you want to start your journey with this book, it's really easy. The other book that I read that really transformed my journey was The China Study by Colin T. Campbell. Throughout the book, it talks about how a plant-based diet can reverse and help treat many of our chronic diseases. After I read this book, I started watching Netflix documentaries. Some of my favorites are Food Inc., What the Health, Forks Over Knives. Throughout these documentaries and these books and my friend Steph, I had a strong foundation of knowledge, but it wasn't really until I started visiting Costa Rica every year. And each time I visited, I would come home with a new piece of knowledge that I would try to incorporate into our lives at home. I was eating all organic, free-range eggs and meats, and I'm thinking, oh, this is the best way to go about, a healthy lifestyle. After the all-organic switch, I started eliminating certain things from our diet, like milk. I would switch to almond milk, and then a couple of weeks later I stopped buying yogurt and stopped buying cheeses. But I'm at the point now where I currently do not buy any animal products for our household. So that means when I'm cooking and snacking and eating the meals that I buy from the grocery store, they are completely vegan, but I am not 100% vegan because we do travel a lot and we are often on the road, and sometimes there just is no viable delicious vegan option. These are the common supplements that you may consider if you're going to switch to this lifestyle. The biggest and most popular one is vitamin B12. There are vitamin B12 fortified foods like soy products, breakfast cereals, and nutritional yeast, as well as unwashed organic produce that you can consume that will give you your required amounts of B12. The other supplement is vitamin D, but if you're getting 15 minutes of sun exposure, then you really don't need to take that. Living in San Diego, I definitely have my vitamin D intake covered. The other things you may want to consider are long-chain omega-3s, iodine, iron, and calcium. But again, all of those things can be found in food. So it would just be a matter of analyzing your diet, and maybe for the first couple of weeks using an app to help you figure out how much minerals and vitamins you are consuming to see if you are having a deficit. And also you can get your blood work drawn at your primary care doctor. Tune in next week as we'll be talking about the equipment used to support a vegan lifestyle in your kitchen, as well as all the common substitutes. Please like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you're interested, as you'll get notifications when a new video is released. I really appreciate it. Namaste.